I'd like to ask all the attendees to silent their mobile devices, put them on silent mode, or turn them off. Thank you. This meeting is being recorded for the accuracy of the minutes. I will now turn to Hank Unk, our board secretary. It's a pledge.
Oh, you wouldn't do it. I'll be happy to do that. I didn't know I was doing it. Okay. Let me get out of here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Hank.
Thanks, Hank. The agenda for the board meeting today was set at the agenda planning meeting last week. At this meeting, I'm going to ask the board of directors to introduce themselves, and I will start with Don on my left.
My name is Don Hicks. I'm a director.
I'm Woody Nyman. I'm also a director.
Frank Gould, treasurer.
Roger Beagle, president.
Kay Zawatsky, vice president.
Hank Unk, secretary.
Bud Jensen, director. Steve Nolan, general manager.
Thank you, board. Before we start the meeting, I'd like to recognize the returning of Woody Nyman back to the board. It's been certainly a pleasure to say welcome back, and you were sorely missed where you were going.
Complete with horse collar.
Yeah, complete with a horse collar. So this meeting has no audience except for the intended management. I will try to explain some of the agenda as we are to the viewing audience as we proceed through this meeting. With all that said, it's now time to start our board business. First thing on the item on the agenda is to approve the March 25th board meeting minutes. These have been distributed to board members. Are there any corrections, board?
No.
Hearing no corrections, may I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes? All by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Next is to approve the March 25th annual meeting of the members minutes. They again have all been distributed to the board members. Are there any corrections? Hearing no corrections, may I hear a motion and a second to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carried. Now, before we get to the next minutes, I'm going to make an explanation to the audience and everything. These are minutes of an emergency meeting of the board members regarding a federal program. We were asked to give approval to management to complete the application to help our furloughed employees. We had a short window of only 48 hours to apply for this program. Thus, we were not able to provide the necessary 48-hour notice of this meeting. We are introducing the minutes, and if approved at this board meeting, they will be posted to the homeowners to read tomorrow morning. The minutes have been distributed to the board. Are there any corrections? Hearing no corrections, may I have a motion and a second to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed say nay. Motion carried. Now we come to the president's message. This past month has been an unprecedented situation for our country, our state, and our community. As a community, we have seen our fitness center facility, restaurants, bars, pools, and other amenities close, and our booked entertainment shows canceled. We have been asked to stay home, use social distancing, refrain from gathering as groups, etc. Our thanks to our community's general manager, Steve Nolan. He has provided to all of our homeowners with the latest and most up-to-date information from the governor of our state, the national and local authorities, the best information for all our homeowners of staying healthy, being safe for ourselves and others. This he did without everyone's best. I'm going to restart this. This he did with the thought of everyone's best interest in mind. We all look forward to the days for our community and its members to a new normal and hope this is a short time back to normal. As your board president, I wish all of our Cottonwood Palo Verde homeowners, their families and friends, the best of health. As we continue our practices of being safe, staying healthy and social distancing, we will get through this pandemic and continue enjoying the community and their friends again. Thanks to all of you for viewing today's proceedings. Okay. Now we're down to recognizing our Employee of the Month. Employee of the Month is Hayden Smith. Hayden is a reliable employee that always wears a smile and puts his best foot forward every day. He is quick to help any employee in need of help or show a new employee how we do things at Palo Verde Country. He sets his coworkers up for success and stays on the job to accomplish any task at hand. In his spare time, he plays a point guard for a competitive basketball league. He is a model employee for the food and beverage department. Thank you, Hayden. You did an excellent job for our community in March. We look forward to having you back after the furlough. Okay, next on the agenda is Frank Gould for the Treasurer's Report.
Thank you. Realizing that those of you online are not able to look at our financial summary report, I'll let you know that it's the same format that we've been following in years past, and I will be focused on the year-to-date actual and the year-to-date variance. And that column, the year-to-date variance, is the difference between the actual results and the budget. And this is not only the results from March, but they reflect they are the first quarter results as well. For homeowner services, the year-to-date actual is a positive net 198,961. This is a positive variance as well compared to the budget of 110,185. Food and beverage. The net for the first quarter is a positive 56,679. And for the quarter, the variance is a positive 20,019. I need to highlight here, as everyone knows, with the coronavirus issues and the having to close the restaurants, the revenues for the first quarter are 25,000, approximately 26,000 less than budget. However, if you look at our expenses, the expenses for the first 3 months were approximately 46,000 lower than what was projected. And so our net in food and beverage for the first quarter is a positive 20,000. For golf, the net the variance, the net is a negative 10,000, and they were impacted by the coronavirus issues also, because I'm sure we didn't have March visitors like we normally do. For the association net, for the first quarter, our net is 408,953, and that is a positive variance compared to the budget, which is important for all of us, and which is almost 120,000. The rapid reaction by our homeowners management team to the coronavirus crisis is evident. The positive variance actually increased for the HOA, and I'm speaking of the 120,000 positive variance, by approximately $5,000 due to the cost containment measures introduced by our management team in a very rapid fashion. Palo Gate year-to-date net is a positive 527, which is $533 better than budget. You can see the special fund balances. Number of homes sold year-to-date through March is 95. That's for the 3 months. The capital contribution fee will result in approximately $139,000. A copy of the report, the full report, is available in the administration building tomorrow. However, if you'd like to look at it, please call for an appointment and schedule an appointment, and they'll allow you to look. And that concludes my report. Any questions? Thank you.
Board, may I have a motion and a second to accept the pre-audited financial report?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion is approved to accept. Now we're down to committees. Right at this point in time, committees are not meeting, but the ACC committee, Bud Jensen, will have report for them.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, we don't have a meeting this month, but as you know, Joanne and I and Bill Miller continue to work because people are really doing things. They're remodeling and stuff like that, I guess, because they can't get out of the house. But anyway, as of April 27, 2020, permits approved was 142, which is quite a few, and permits denied was 0. Permits 2 weeks or more past due to date is 7. And so there are unit people or captains are checking up on that, or Bill Miller is. And recommended board action for the board, nothing, and recommended action for management, nothing. Thank you. Any question?
I have a question, Board.
Go ahead.
Will you be doing this each month?
Yes,
Okay,
every
so we'll
month
put you on the
we
agenda to
continue
report.
working, yeah.
Very good. Not a problem. Project reports. We're down to Don Hicks, Fitness Activity Center.
Thank you, Mr. President. As reported last month, the project is essentially finished. We still have a few vendor invoices yet to pay. Because of the coronavirus, most vendors are closed for business, and we must wait until they open for the invoices. We continue to purchase a few small items to finish off the fact, such as storage shelves, etc. It is expected we will close out the project in May.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Mr. President?
I have nothing to add.
Steve,
No, I don't.
questions from the board? I would say questions from homeowners, but we don't have any. Yes,
Still
it's
ask.
not my
Oh, he
report.
has a home and she has.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate your update on that. Next, we move to management report, and that is Steve Nolan.
Thank you. First, I'd like to read something I had in the know this week, and I think our board president referred to this earlier. This was in the know. Each day I receive calls or emails inquiring when the Fitness Activity Center will reopen. Currently, we do not know when Governor Ducey will permit the reopening of gyms in the state of Arizona. Right now, he's doing his press conference, so that may change by 4 o'clock today, but we don't know that. I can tell you management is looking at a multifaceted reopening plan that will involve strict social distancing and strict sanitation protocols. We have consulted with an infectious disease control specialist and we'll be following those guidelines that were recommended to us to keep our staff and our homeowners safe. When it is decided that the Fitness Activity Center reopens, I want to make you aware of part of the multifaceted comprehensive plan that will be in place. The new operational hours for the Fitness Activity Center are Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. This will permit our cleaning staff additional time to sanitize the equipment in the building. A few other changes you will see are every other cardio machine will be used. Orange cones will mark the machines that are not to be used. This will allow for proper social distancing while a machine is in use. All staff and homeowners will receive a non-contact infrared thermometer forehead check that the whole board went through before the start of this meeting. Upon checking in at the front desk, anyone with a fever will not be allowed to use the Fitness Activity Center. During our peak hours of operation, there will be additional staff that will be monitoring strict social distancing. They will also be conducting extra sanitation of all the equipment. Locker rooms and showers will be closed. It's impossible to social distance in the locker, in the shower areas, and the spa area. Restrooms will remain open. It is advised to wash your hands upon entering the fitness center and again before you leave. Hand sanitizer is available for your use anytime during the workout. Stay safe, stay healthy. And now I'll get into my monthly report. Believe it or not, it's been another busy month. Facilities maintenance has been working on additional projects since COVID-19, closures of some of our amenities. Emergency plumbing repairs were made at the Palo Verde restaurant restrooms. This involved cutting the drywall, and this took several days of hard work by Jim's crews. They pressure washed the Palo Verde back patio structure in preparation for the painting of the entire structure. Sanded all surfaces to be painted. This is a big project, and the downtime has allowed us to complete a major project. We repaired windows in the upper level of the ballroom. This is a result of poor original installation and water leaks around the windows over the years. They smoke tested all the cottonwood plumbing lines that may have been causing odors and had breaks. The lines that were broken were repaired. They installed FRP board along service hallway at Cottonwood. This will prevent the walls from being damaged as staff moves items through this walkway. Assembled shelving storage units at the fitness center, closets. Now the closets are well organized. They repaired a leak at the lap pool, installed a new garage door opener at the Cottonwood Pro Shop, and continue to work hard every day. For the most important and up-to-date information, please read the flyer and in the know. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
I have a couple of questions, Mr. President.
No problem.
Steve, what degree are we gonna use to determine if a person has a fever or not?
In the in this thermometer, it's put into it, and it's at 100.4 where it reads into the red. So anything over 100 would be a temperature.
I see. Are we gonna have additional sanitizing stations when we reopen?
We're trying to right now. Jim's working with our vendors. As you know, that may be a hang up on opening till we get the proper supplies. We've been back ordered, and Jim's in contact with them every day. Matter of fact, we just had this discussion yesterday over it. And we don't know yet if we're gonna be able to get them in time.
Thank you.
Steve, can I ask a question on the fitness center? When we reopen, will we be limiting the number in at a time?
No, there won't be a limited number. There'll be a limit to space. So and limit to equipment. So you won't be able to get onto a piece of equipment. You may have to wait in the waiting area or one of the other rooms, one of the activity rooms that probably won't be being used until space becomes available. But we don't see it as, with having the hours from 6A to 7P, I think people will naturally migrate to when they feel comfortable, a time that's easy use for them after a few days of use.
Okay. Moving right along here. Next on the agenda is director's comments. Again, I will start on my left, and that would be Don Hicks.
I'd like to congratulate Hayden Smith as Employee of the Month, wherever he is. And I hope he's safe and well. And I'd like to thank Steve for all of his hard work during this coronavirus problem we've had. He's had numerous phone calls from 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. He doesn't get much done besides answering homeowners' questions. He's right on top of everything, and he and Jim's his sort of his right hand on this. Jim and Steve have been working hard on a plan for reopening the Fitness Activity Center, and I think it's a good plan. That's all I have.
I also want to thank Steve for his proactive approach to this, everything that we're doing around here. We had one resident who was moved to write a nice letter to Steve, and it's just as gratifying as all get out to see the people in the community, not just the board, recognize all the work that Steve is doing. Switch to a little lighter note now. Has everyone done their census? Online, it's a snap that you do need the control number that's on it.
It put me down. I did complete ours.
Has everyone gotten their stimulus check? That's you people that make too much money. And last but not least, has everyone gotten their Allstate rebate?
I got a rebate, $14.
Mine was 21. That'll pay for one of my dinners too.
I can buy a taco.
Well, that just keeps you thinking about the fact we got some of the things that have to happen, like getting the census in. Up to you, Frank.
Yeah, I also would like to congratulate Hayden Smith, and whatever work you're doing, continue, keep up the good job. I'd also like to echo comments made by both Woody and Don concerning the great job that Steve and his staff has been doing, especially the way they've addressed things from a financial standpoint. And between him and Marshall, everything couldn't be running better from the financial standpoint. And I think we've all participated in ordering meals over at Palo Verde. And it's worked well, and the food's been great. So good job.
Steve, you've been great. Can't say any more than everybody else has already said. And I just wanted to say to Marshall and his staff, wherever you are right now, not only the food, but Marshall and his staff have done an outstanding job. You can get about anything you want over there right now. I've been doing my grocery shopping there and my wine shopping there. So I think he's done a great creative job of continuously coming up with really cool things that we can do out of the Palo Verde parking lot. So thanks to Marshall and his team.
They even have toilet paper there.
Wow.
That you can buy, $2 a roll. Well, it's a necessity of life, isn't it? I didn't qualify for the incentive program because they said that I just wasn't paid enough doing this. And I was still working, so I didn't get anything. So, but no, seriously, to put a serious note on it, I know we all sound like a broken record practically, but Steve, you are absolutely the best. I just want you to know. And Hayden Smith, congratulations and thank you so very much for your service to our community. And we hope to see you again before too long. And basically, everybody's pretty much said what I agree with, so I'll just pass it on to you, but.
Being mine last, everybody has said everything, but we really want to thank you, Steve. You've done an excellent job. And Hayden Smith, I want to congratulate him for Employee of the Month. And Jim Miller, your crew is just outstanding. What Steve has reported on that, what you guys are doing, is excellent. And so there's one person that never gets enough credit in this organization, that's Patty. I mean, you are way above and beyond, and I don't think anybody appreciates you as much as we do. So anyway, thank you very much, and that's all I have to say.
Okay, I'll take it back now. Bud, next month, you get to start first. It's nice to have some lighter moments, a lot of seriousness. Now, the board must get back to business. First item on that comes up on the agenda here is the Capital Reserve Fund request. Well, we get that one out. This is to replace the carpeting in the entry tile in the Cottonwood Bar and Grill. The current carpet is worn and stained badly and can no longer be removed during the cleaning process. Carpet replacement is due in 2020, that's this year. The proposed vinyl plank flooring is similar to what the interior design selected during the design phase of the Cottonwood remodel. Any and all surplus flooring will be stored and used when needed. This is in tab 5 in your board book. There were bids sent out for material suppliers and labor contractors. 3 bids were sent out to suppliers for materials. There would be ProSource bid at $17,010. Sure Carpet Service bid was $19,995. Farnsworth Construction replied with no bid. Right now, before we go to the voting on this and explanation, the board would like to recognize Jim Miller, the building's facility manager, for his help with the supplier for the contractor's discount. Jim's relationship with ProSource helps our HOA with savings of money that we'd not normally receive. Thank you, Jim, from the board. The 3 bids for labor you will notice in our packet were sent. The contractor's floor 1, $16,790. Creation tile, $20,338. And F1 Home Services bid was $20,930. The 3 bids for demo of carpeting and tile, installation of vinyl plank flooring, and code base. Management recommends the bid from ProSource of $17,010.57 for materials only, and the bid from Floor 1 at $16,797.90.75 for labor only, plus a 10% contingency of $33.80. The total of this project would be $37,185. Are there any discussions of this among board members?
Yes, can I ask a question, please?
You bet.
I've already, excuse me, I already brought this up, but I just wanted to ask again about between the tile and the carpet versus one versus the other. What about the noise level in the restaurant in Cottonwood with the tile versus carpet? Will that increase?
I think Jim can.
There'll be a little increase there, but you gotta remember it's a rubber too, so rubber's gonna diminish the sound. But anytime you go to a harder surface, carpet's a little dampening. Anytime you go to a harder surface, you're gonna have a little more noise to it, but it shouldn't degrade at all.
You know, I did notice going back and looking at the Cottonwood remodel from Katz Design. She addressed that in there, and she said that if the design continues, that'll be taken up in the floor and the ceiling tile.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So any increased noise then will be kind of taken care of whatever we put in the ceiling.
Correct.
Okay, thanks, Tim.
Any other questions from the board members? May I have a motion to approve the management's recommendation for a total of the project of $37,181.45?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion is approved. Now, since Woody left us, but PV Gate Fund, there is nothing. Capital improvement projects, there is none. Capital improvements have been on hold by the board and management due to the coronavirus situation and the possible implications it may have of the HOA. Next on the agenda was voluntary contribution fund, there is none. Under old business, there is none. Under new business, in tab 4 in your book, there is a 2021 board meeting schedule. You have all been notice of this. Is there any questions from the board member of this schedule? May I have a motion and a second to approve the 2020 and 2021 meeting schedule?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion is approved. Under first readings, there is none. This is where we usually open it up to homeowners' comments, but there are none. I want to thank those of you today that were watching on the live stream. We as a board wish all of our homeowners to be safe, stay healthy, keep informed of what is going on in our community by subscribing to the In the Know and the Flyer delivered to your email on Tuesday and Friday of each week. Any comments from the board?
No.
Hearing none, I will adjourn this meeting.